Crealibro Films. Happiness, camera. Absently, Dolores stared at the clouds. That one looked like a horse. He remembered playing games with the clouds when his granddaughter was little and thought of her, of Sorda. As she started well, it was Sorda's first day of high school. Dolores, who was her grandfather, knew that. Not only would she have to adjust to the change of leaving primary school, but Sorda was still adjusting to her cochlear implant. Although she had been doing oral rehabilitation for a year to help her adapt, it was not like hearing naturally. For the first few months, she described the sounds as robotic and teeny. It sounded like other people were talking through a microphone. Now it was better. But even with the implant, she still had difficulties that others did not notice. For example, when there was a lot of background noise, she often relied on lip reading to understand words, and so that not one else would notice her difficulties. She didn't do it to hide her problems. She did it because she was tired of giving explanations that others often didn't want to understand. That year of rehabilitation had been hard, mainly because of people's lack of patience. She had had more problems than ever because people thought that once she had had the operation, she would hear as same as them. She had once walked into her grandfather's house in tears, leaned on the table, and said that she didn't ever want to hear again. On those occasions, her grandfather would hug her and communicate with her in sign language, without forcing her to use the implant again. Kept silence. She knew she would eventually, but if she did not, he would continue to support her. Sorda would visit her grandfather every afternoon. Dolores lived in a small flat and could not leave the house without help. He had chronic pain and mobility difficulties. Yet to Sorda, even though she knew he had pain and health problems, he seemed the happiest and most stable person she knew. The doorbell rang. Dolores thought, "Has Sorda left school? I wasn't expecting her until after lunch. Did something happen?" He approached the door with his usual slowness, opened it and met that look in Sorda's eyes. Sorda has lost a friend that day because she didn't understand her disability. As usual, after spending some time consoling her, Dolores told her that he had a present for her. "Look in your favorite place in this apartment. There you will find a box. Bring it back and open it." Sorda excitedly went to the small room. There Dolores had a recycling sofa for him and a mattress almost on the floor for her. That day the corner was full of lights, and many photographs hung for small clips attached to the cables. And there, on top of the mattress, was the box. During the years when Sorda was totally deaf, thanks to her grandfather, she had become passionate about photography. Through images, she learned to convey feelings, and photography became one of her favorite activities. Even with the basic camera she had, she could take amazing pictures. She saw details that others could not see. In that small room hooked onto the clamps were copies of the most special photos she took. Her eyes would light up every time she looked at them. She returned to the living room where her grandfather was working and placed the box next to him. She had him and said, "You already given me the best present in the world, you. Did you like the pictures and the lights? I had asked for help to put them up, but I think it looks great. I chose every picture. They are as special as you are," said Dolores with the most tender look on his face. "I love them, Grandpa. Come on, open the box. The swallows are about to appear." Dolores always wanted to watch the swallows on the sunset from his living room window. Despite having severe bone pain and not being able to walk properly, he still looked forward to many things. So every evening when the swallows began to fly near the window of his flat, he would ask Sorda to help him to the window to enjoy the sunset and the spectacular flight. Sorda had learned to enjoy the sunset. She realized that every sunset was different. Maybe the swallows knew that because they always show up to see it. He opened the box and a tear of emotion slipped down her cheek. It was the camera she had always wanted and had not been able to buy because of all the expenses related to having the implant. Her grandfather spoke. "This is not just a camera. This is the happiness camera, just like mine. I would have given you mine, but it's too old for you. Come on, take the happiness camera and let's go to the window to see the cielos. I'll show you how it works and why it's called happiness camera." They went to the window, opened it wide, and her grandfather continued speaking. "It's a very special camera, you will see. As you know, I live in the small flat and I can't go out because of my bone pain. You also know that I love nature, trees, birds, and not those buildings that surround us. That's where my happiness camera comes in. Thanks to it, I can focus on what I want. I take it, put my eye to the viewfinder and focus on what I love to see. Every cloud, every shade, every swallow, every tree, every little detail that appears, like the one yesterday when a dandelion sea flew by. Now, zoom in, focus, and always remember that the camera of happiness exists and you can take it whenever you want." That day, Dolor gave his granddaughter the greatest gift of all, the happiness camera. Another year passed, and as always, Sorda had overcome the loss of her friend thanks to her grandfather. The happiness camera had helped. Now she had real friends, the kind that don't go away because you have a disability. It was Saturday afternoon and she was still at home. She had the happiness camera in her hand, ready to put in its case and go to see her grandfather. As she did every afternoon, the phone rang. She picked it up, and she couldn't say a word. Her hand opened, and happiness camera fell to the floor. Her grandfather had died. It was Saturday again, but this time a year has passed, and the happiness camera was still in that drawer. All she had to do it was change the lens. It was simple, and yet it had never been done. In the top drawer, as if it were the greatest treasure in the world, was her grandfather's camera of happiness. The Lord had left it to her in His will, and although it was now the most valued thing in her house, she had never used it. That year, time has passed strangely, differently. Just that day, it had been a year since the Lord had died, and Sorda was lying in the garden by the pool. The sun was about to set. Suddenly, a bunch of swallows came fluttering over. Some of them took advantage of their youthful flight to get wet in the pool. Sorda got up slowly, ran into the house, and crept back with the happiness camera in her hand, ready to focus. Remember, the happiness camera exists, and you can take it whenever you want.